Hi guys, this is Carmen again. How are you? Did you already have the idea what you're going to sell on Christmas? Did you already listing your product, or you already have the idea, or you have already contact the supplier for your next order? So I think today we're going to start to talk about a very interesting topic, as actually many people are asking me about negotiation. And I'm sure there are hundreds, thousands of videos or masterclass about negotiation, like in the very deep side of negotiation. For my side, it will be very simple because for me, for all the time, what I communicate is with the Chinese suppliers. So I will make it very simple. Only talk about 2 points: the negotiation for the price with the supplier, and the negotiation for the MOQ with the suppliers. So the first of all, for negotiation, a very important thing is you have to have your target price. Like you have to, actually, I should say that you should have a reasonable target price, because as all the time when my experience, I deal with the customers, and some customers give me a target price, and it's like after 1 week of research, it's impossible, like totally impossible for that target price, because I think the customer is thinking about like 15 times less than what they can find in Amazon. And then they tell me that's their target price. But this is very not reasonable. So what I would like to ask for, set your target price, but set a reasonable one. This is the first thing, and you don't have to tell the supplier from the beginning the target price, but you must have it in your mind for you to start the negotiation. And the second point is, you start the negotiation, you can start with the bigger quantity. And start with the bigger quantity, and then probably you can reduce a little bit less. For example, you can, maybe you want to order 400 pieces, but you can ask for 500 pieces. What's the price? And then after you get the price from the supplier, you can tell, what about 400 pieces? Can you give me the same price? For the difference, like only 100 pieces, or the amount is not really big. And of course, for the 100 pieces difference, we are not talking about like a higher value of products, like 100 pieces different of a scooter or the car or the TV or tablet PC. We are talking about like a lower value of the difference of the price. So if you start with 500, and then after you get the price for 500, probably you can thinking about to order a little bit smaller. But I'm not talking about like you want to order 100 pieces, and then you tell the supplier for 500 pieces price, and then you want to get it the same. You can try for sure, but I mean, as the experience told me, this is not really working for the suppliers, for the simple products. For the negotiation, it's very important to communicate, to talk, to make a call. The best is to make a call. Actually, the best is to face-to-face communication, that you can go to the factory, you face the sales or the boss, and you can talk about price, and they can see like, okay, at least you are serious. So then you can probably get a better price. Or if now probably you're in the other country, and then you can set the video call with the supplier, talk face to face. At least the final, you can set like a phone call with the supplier. And at this moment, I would suggest a very useful app. It's called WeChat, because in China, everybody uses WeChat. Not only for communication, it's also for business, for families, for everything, even for payment, pay the electric bill, the water, supermarket, everything. So this is a very important tools for communication in China. So if you want to make a video call, or like a voice call with the supplier, you can set it on WeChat, and then probably it can work. So this is very important to negotiate with the face-to-face. And that can build up a very good communication. Now most of the customer I know that you have several products to bundle together. You will have probably a pencil, a notebook, and then the package together. And the pencil, they have different the pens have different components, so you can negotiate on the components way. Like, how about we change the material here? What is the for example the pen? What is the part of this cost? And how can I make it cheaper if I want to change different material? For example, like for the stainless steel, there are different level of stainless steel. And different level of stainless steel, of course, the cost is different. So that based on the quality you want for the product and also based on the material used. So as the seller, you have to, first of all, the most important thing is to clearly note what components you have for the products you want. And each of them, if you are accepting to have the higher price or a better quality. As we know, the price and the quality is always connected together. It cannot be like you want the cheapest price, but very good quality. This is, I believe everybody knows, is not really realistic. For the negotiation for the price, there is one thing is very important, probably not too many people know, is to keep silent. A useful silence, sometimes it can work. For example, you negotiate for the price with the supplier says, no, we cannot do it. Then you keep silent. You keep silent probably for 1 day or 2 days, and then to see the supplier's reaction. And in this kind of moment, probably the supplier will think about, okay, probably will think about offer you a better price, because they were thinking maybe the customer is comparing with the other factory, or they are making the other order with another suppliers already, so they will be nervous. You can think about that, like when you tell me as a supplier, you tell me, okay, this is how much this pen costs $2, and then I said, no, I think I want it to be 1.5 because that's what I know, and this is the price I want to pay. And then you say, no, $2 is my best price. And then I said, okay, let me think. So I will stay away and keep silent. And at the moment, what will you think? You probably will think about many situations. Probably I already look for other supplier, or look around, or maybe change my idea and lose the communicate with you. And then probably because of that, you will lose a big order. So to keep silent for a short time, that's also can be helpful for the negotiation. But in this kind of case, it is for the bigger quantity of order or the bigger value of order. If your order probably only $500, this way probably is not working. But $5,000, that will make the supplier think. So it's still about the total amount you're going to spend. If it's a bigger amount, the supplier will pay much more attention when it's a small amount. So the bigger quantity is very important. So then we go for, speak about the quantities. So we go for the negotiation for the MOQ. As guys, you already know, like for the bigger MOQ, like the bigger quantity of order, you will always get a better price. The more quantity you order, the better price you will got. That's what the difference with the retail and the wholesale. So now it gets to the point, like how to get the lower MOQ for OEM products, because only for the OEM, like private label or like ODM products, that the MOQ is quite high and is requested. And if really buy some product that the factory already insisting to have this product, probably the MOQ is not the point. The point is the price. The The negotiation of the MOQ. The first of all, I think the best way is you explain clearly your sales channel. Like, oh, I sell 5,000 pieces per month in Amazon. I have my own website to sell these products. I sell like 1,000 pieces per week. This kind of you can do a little bit exaggerated, like make it a little bit bigger, but you have to explain like your sales channel, how much you sell per month, and if you order from him or her, the supplier, you will get like a win-win situation with them. The more you order, the more you order from him or her. So that will build up a little bit relationship with the supplier, and then they build up the trust. Also, they see you are serious and you are really selling the products, and then they will probably think about to give you a better price and a better MOQ for starting. So this is very important, that you need to explain them that how you sell the goods. Like probably the first order for trying is not really a big order, but in the future the sales schedule is like this. So you are going to sell more, and then the supplier will probably considering to give you a better MOQ. And as you may know, like for the years to work with the Chinese supplier, from the beginning, they were always trying to give you a higher MOQ. Because no matter, especially for the sales, the higher MOQ, it means the more value of order, and that means like the higher commission they can get from the factory. So that's why most of the sales, they will request the higher MOQ. But as slowly, it's like dancing you back and forward, and you try to make the sales believe that you are going to order consistently. If that the product is okay, the product is good, you are already selling, and then to try to get the smaller quantity of the first order, it can always be possible. But first of all, you need to explain your sales channel to increase your needs. This is very important for the negotiation for the MOQ. So now we go back, like after I tell all this kind of experience, that personal experience that I have for negotiation with the supplier, many customers already try, I believe. Some of you already tried this, like, but you tell me, Carmen, actually, I do many things like what you said in Alibaba. I talk with a supplier, but it never worked. Actually, sometimes this kind of story I hear many times from my customer. And actually, why they are the customer of me as a sourcing agent is because they have some not really nice experience with the supplier that they talk directly. First of all, in Alibaba, most of them, they find a trading company. Of course, you can already see from the website in Alibaba, they are trading company or manufacturing. But some of the trading company, they just make it directly for manufacturing. And this is one point. It's very time burning to select the certain right supplier or the manufacturer, the real manufacturer to talk with. Once you start to talk, one more problem that I heard is about the slow reply. Like in Alibaba, sometimes you send a lot of message and then have no reply, or maybe 1 week after you have the replies. I'm sure you have this kind of experience, because that's what I heard from the customers that now is working with me. So this is also the problem. Sometimes it's because of the supplier, they are the sales, we should say the sales, because most of the boss of the factory in China, they don't speak any English. I didn't say all, but it's very small percentage of the owner of a company or a manufacturer speak English. So most of them will be the sales. And the sales in Alibaba, sometimes they really not focus, because in Alibaba, the website is not really common as in China. Chinese people will use WeChat, will use QQ, will use the other local app like 168A or Taobao. We check more often than the Alibaba on the international side. So that's one of the problem. And the second one is the time difference. There is China and American is probably like 12 hours to 15 hours different. With Europe it's like 6-7 hours different. And with the time difference, it can be lost some communication and lost a little bit the how to say the positive way of communication. First of all, that will cause one of the problems, that it can be missing the communication. And for talking directly with the supplier, I'm sure most of you already find your own suppliers in Alibaba. You order some products directly from the factory or a trading company. But for OEM product like private label, you have more communication necessary. And it turns out many results, like after a long time talking with the supplier with the slow reply, and then with the miscommunication to talk about one product, you want to change any small components, it's like you need 1 or 2 months communication until you finally have the result and make a sample of the products that you want. And this is really a lot of time. But if you find a sourcing agent like us, we can save this time for you because we are located in China. Located in China is very important. Even no matter with the Chinese, as a Chinese agent or as a foreign agent in China. To locate in China, first of all, it will give the pressure for the manufacturing of the production. Because if anything happens on the mass production, they know we can be there. Inside China is within the longest distance, the longest flight might just take about 6 hours, but we can be in the place fast. If any necessary, we will be there. So this is give a little bit pressure for the factory to know that they cannot mess it, they cannot mess up the production, or they cannot make mistakes. So that will be the good thing to keep a little bit control or a little bit pressure for the manufacturing to make the good production. And for the negotiation, for the direct, you remember that when we talk about the negotiation, it's very good to be face to face. So with us, face to face, it's better to get a better price, a better timeline with the face to face communication. And especially when we have the same language to communicate, it will also save a lot of time and energy in the between when you speak English to English and to the sales from the factory and not the boss directly, and then that will make it difficult. For sure, I cannot promise every time I can find the boss of the company, of the factory to talk with me. It depends on the order. If it's a bigger order quantity, and it's a middle or like the middle size or the small size of the manufacturer, it's very easy for me to talk directly to the boss. But if it's like a big manufacturer and then we only have like a small order, normally like on the production line, in the same time they produce hundreds of products. And with the small order, it will just like to add on one of the orders that already making the mass production, and then we'll just add the smaller quantity order on it. And that's how it makes it like with the smaller order, the boss, they really not paying attention. And then in this kind of moment, it's very difficult to talk with the boss directly. We can only talk with the sales. But for us, we will try all the time to find the boss or at least the manager to talk with. And then for English, because with the English communication, first of all, the choice of the manufacturer is less than you can have English and Chinese communication. And the second of all, with the English communication, you can mostly talk with only the sales. And the sales, they are in the middle. So based on this, sometimes it's also difficult to negotiate the price and the MOQ because of the their income is also based on that, so it's very difficult to negotiate. So for us to communicate directly with the manufacturer, it will save a lot of energy and the time for you. So today I already talk about how to negotiate the price and then how to negotiate the MOQ with the supplier, and I hope it can be helpful for you to communicate with the supplier and for you to get a better price and lower MOQ with your products. But anyhow, if you anytime you need my help or need my suggestion or our service, please contact me. This is Carmen Chen from Easy Peasy Sourcing. See you next time. Bye bye.